All right, first of all, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I'm going to jump right into the scripture. This is Hebrews 10 and 38. It says, "Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him." So once again, this is speaking about the spiritual mindset, which is a topic that I like to go into a lot. And basically, part of the spiritual mindset is the living by faith. And says, "Now the just shall live by faith." Let's get the key words here. The just, the righteous, the observing, the wise sense, the virtuous, those who seem to be themselves are righteous, the innocent, the faultless, the guiltless. So that's speaking of the elect, man. The elect are going to live by faith. "But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him." And to draw back is to retreat in battle, so to speak, man. Because you get that word draw back, it mentions a definition. Let's see here. Where is it at? I just read it. To be unwilling to utter from fear, to shrink from declaring, to conceal, to disassemble, to draw oneself, to be timid, to cover, to drink. So it's to draw back is it's to retreat from battle, basically, man. That's when you draw back. Because you got to understand that this is a fight of faith. The scriptures talk about the fight of keeping the good fight of faith. So when you draw back, that means you're retreating from that fight. Then those that do so, the scripture says that the Most High has no pleasure in them. Let's get that word pleasure. It seems good to one, to think good, to do well, be ready, prefer to choose, to be well pleased, to take pleasure in, to be favorably inclined towards one. So the Most High only shows pleasure to those men that persevere, or He takes pleasure in those men that persevere. That was the spirit of Yahweh Shai. That was the spirit of the apostles, the spirit of perseverance. And that's what it means when Yahweh Shai said that he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. That's speaking of perseverance. We're going to get a few scriptures that dealing with the having the mind state and the spirit of perseverance. They got a lot of YouTube. You go on YouTube, you can hear a lot of motivational speakers, and they talk about the difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation is feeling up to the task, but discipline is doing the task regardless of what you're feeling. And that's a good definition for perseverance. So perseverance is going to be one of the things that you need to develop in your life, and the seeking of this truth. It says, "But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them to believe the saving of the soul." Because we understand also that when we persevere in this thing, it is for our salvation. When we persevere in this truth, it is for our benefit. And the Most High likes a good battle. He likes a good fight. That's why He's called the Lord of Hosts, the Man of War, because He likes a good fight. And that's why He set up Jacob's trouble, because He wants to see His elect fight a good fight. Like I mentioned before, Paul even mentions the good fight of faith. So just like brothers like watching movies where the outnumbered and the outpowered man perseveres and gets victory. That's the movie that we're in, man. The Most High has put the elect in a disadvantaged position, and He wants to see them persevere and endure despite all obstacles. So the spirit of perseverance is pleasing to the Most High. Let's get Romans 1:17. This is Romans 1:17. It says, Salakia. It says, "For therein is the righteousness of Yahweh revealed." Well, I'll get it verse 16. Because to persevere in this truth, to hold on to this message, to hold on to the teachings and the doctrines and the execution of those doctrines in your daily life. Romans 1:16, for I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Yahushua, for it is the power of Yahweh unto salvation. So this knowledge gives us the power of Most High unto salvation. We are doing this for our salvation. The scripture says, seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's going to be your own personal fight to seek out your own salvation. To everyone that believed, to the Jew first, also the Greek, and that's basically talking about the men, the Israelites that knew the law, and the Israelite foreigners that were under the influence, fashions, and customs of the heathen, but they returned back to being Israelites or Hellenists. They call them Hellenists. When you look at the word, the Greek, I'm pretty sure it's going to say Hellenist. Let's go ahead and get that. Hellen, yeah, it's, which means basically Greek-speaking Jew. That definition is off. Yeah, that's definition is off. You can't always, like the Apostle Another said, you can't always count on the Strongs. But a Hellen is a Greek-speaking Jew. So let's get Galatians 3:11. This is Galatians 3:11. It says but that no man is justified by the law in the sight of Yahweh. So no, we can't keep the law to 100%. Because if you break one law, you break them all. So we're not going to be justified by the keeping of the law, but that doesn't mean that we don't still rehearse our righteous acts to the best of our abilities. It said, but no man is justified by the law on the sight of Yahweh is evident, for the just shall live by faith. So it's talking about living by faith, and to live by faith is to live in a spirit of perseverance, and to live by faith is righteousness to the Most High, as you read in the previous scripture. So that's what it is, man. Faith is a spirit of perseverance. Because to have faith in something is to believe in a promise and to work and have actions toward that promise despite what's going on around you. Because that's why it says the just shall live by faith, not by sight. Not by the things that are around you. Because we don't see our power. We don't see Yahweh Shai. We don't see Yahweh Shai, so we do all these actions by faith. We do all the actions because we believe the words in the book, which to some people is nuts. So let's get Psalms 85:8. This is Psalms 85:8. So once you get on this path, you got to persevere on it, and to draw back from it is basically sealing your own destruction. I'll start at verse 7. Show us thy mercy, O Yahweh, and grant us thy salvation. I will hear what Yahweh the Most High will speak. And how do we do that? To do his word. Through the teachings of the apostles and prophets, the great millstone. For he will speak peace unto his people and to his saints, but let them not turn again to folly. So we read in Hebrews how those that draw back are not pleasant to the Lord. So we're not supposed to turn again into folly. Once you start this path, you got to continue on through it. To death, man. It needs to be to death. It says, surely salvation is nigh them that fear him, that the glory may dwell in our land. Mercy and truth are met together, righteousness and peace have killed each other. Truth shall spring out the earth, and the righteous shall look down from heaven. Yea, the Lord shall give that which is good, and our land shall yield increase. Righteous shall go before him and shall set us in the way of his steps. And all that's going to be done through faith and through perseverance in that faith. So let's get Zephaniah 1:6. This is Zephaniah 1 and Salah. And this speaks about the judgment of the 2/3 who are not going to persevere in faith, or the judgment of Israel in general, not elect in the 1/3, because they're not going to persevere in faith, because they are going to draw back, and the Most High not going to have pleasure in them. You know, as you read in Hebrews the 10th chapter, it says, "Zephaniah 1:3, I will consume man and beast." So this is the balance. This is the you know, we read how the Most High is going to protect and guide the elect to continue persevere in faith, and this is what's going to happen to those that don't. And I will consume man and beast, and will consume the fowl of heaven, the fish of the sea, and the stumbling blocks of the wicked, and I will cut off man from off the land, says the Most High. I will stretch out my hand upon Judah, upon all the hand of Jerusalem, and I will cut out the remnant of Baal from this place, in the name of the Shemerah of the priests, and them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship them that swear by the Lord, and them that swear by Malcham. And this is the key right here, Zephaniah 1:6. And them that are turned back from the Lord, and those who have not sought the Lord and inquire of them, those are going to be destroyed. Because the Lord's not going to. If He has no pleasure in you, then He has no. He's not concerned about your salvation. He basically marked you for death. So this is a life and death matter. Perseverance in the faith, perseverance in this truth is a life and death matter. You know, that's how serious you got to treat it. But with that being said, man, it's a real quick lesson. Once again, I hope it's edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Kah halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But let's keep on pushing. Shalom.